Community is something we strive to be a part of. All humans, I don't care who you are, do not want to be alone. That's just a simple fact of life. Whether you're in a video gaming community, or you're in a theater troupe, or you're in a band, or it's just a group of friends, or whatever the case may be, you're in a community. Communities have been around pretty much as long as humanity has been around. A group of people who come collected to achieve a goal. Whatever your definition of community is, we all want to be a part of one. Today I'm discussing 3 instances where I was truly moved by a community within some kind of event. The first one I wanted to talk about is the most recent, and it's currently happening right now. And it's Helldivers 2. Helldivers 2 has brought the majority of, I would say, PlayStation players together, and we are now fighting for Super Earth. A game that many had uninstalled, many had let begin to dust on the shelf. Many of the players that loved the game stopped playing it for a while because, like myself, they began to get bored. It began to get stale. It was fun, but how long would the fun last? Now, Super Earth is under attack, and the community is banding stronger than ever. We've got players who haven't been on the game in months to come back and fight for Super Earth. And quite honestly, it's inspiring. It's the things you want to see. I didn't have much to say about the Helldiving community, but I did want to give them a round of applause because, they are truly joining together to fight for a cause, and I think that's beautiful. The second community I wanted to speak upon today is going to be the skate community. Now, I could go back years as to the very first skate game I played. Now, I didn't start with the franchise opener, Skate 1, or Skate, as it was deemed in the time. I played and started on Skate 2. From Skate 2, I transferred into Skate 3, and Skate 3 is where I had the majority of my fun within the franchise. Skate 3 was simply beautiful. It was simply a game that allowed me to be a skateboarder, something that I'm not good at in real life, might I add. And I would say about a year and a half to almost 2 years ago, I'm not quite sure when the movement started, but we began posting comments underneath all of EA's posts on social media, any of their YouTube videos, any of their Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, etc., etc. Anywhere that EA was posting updates about their company or potential games that were coming out, the community banded together and we simply wrote the words Skate 4. And to our surprise, within a couple of months, EA said, well, we saw what you guys are doing. We like it. And let me tell you, we're dropping Skate. Now, it has been a little bit, and we have received updates, and we have received alpha gameplay, and test gameplay, and beta gameplay, this, that, and the third. And quite honestly, like I mentioned with the Helldivers community, the Skate community has binded together, and we have achieved a goal. Now, granted, the game isn't out yet, but I assume the game is pretty close to being out. And now, the third and final community I wanted to talk about is the Battlefront 3 community. The Battlefront community in general has kind of been, you can kind of brand them as the Star Wars geeks and nerds. That's where I live the most. I am the biggest Star Wars nerd that there is. I mean, I am, just to give you a little insight, I mean, this entire left arm, I'm just going to get it blasted with Star Wars themed tattoos all throughout my left arm, and it's going to be something of beauty when it gets done. I have watched every movie religiously multiple times, and well, when I say every movie, I mean the good movies. This includes probably 7, 8. Anything with Rey, I didn't like her as a character. Nothing to do with like her being a female. Let me break this apart. Her being a female, I don't have a problem with. It's more I have a problem with her character and who the character is and how the character came to be. But we're not here to talk about that. We're not here to get into politics. But I have watched the Clone Wars, the TV shows, the animated shows, the movies, everything. Just to put it in perspective, I am one of the biggest nerds. I have a lightsaber collection. I literally look like General Grievous when holding all of my lightsabers. It's a sad thing. But I began my love of Star Wars on the iconic PlayStation 2 Battlefront 2 game. And beginning my love for Star Wars in a video game touches my heart because it pulled me into the Star Wars community very strongly. It showed me, this beautiful world that I was allowed to run around in and explore, and it only drugged me further. And now they have not only binded together and pulled a dead game basically from the grave and has given it a new record amount of peak players in a 24-hour period. Not only have we achieved that, we are also on the brink, if not already have accomplished EA announcing the development of Battlefront 3. Now, Battlefront 3 has the potential to be possibly one of the greatest Star Wars games that has ever existed. Just a couple of the demands that the community is asking for, just in case someone from EA sees this. We want a hero roster. We want the ability to take any villain that has been shown, whether in the animated series, the movies, the TV shows, etc., etc. Whatever we just want the variety of characters. We want iconic Star Wars characters. We don't want just like 9 of them and then 9 villains and then, oh, that's good. You're good. You don't need anything else. We don't want that. We want to be able to play as a whole cast. Another thing we're asking for is the ability to go from dogfighting, so ships, pew, 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 to the ability to transfer into a hangar or even have to go land on the planet and then commence ground combat. The thing is they have both of those modes, and the ability to do it is there. They just have to put their minds to it, and we as a community have to bind together and show them that, we want it. This is what we want. You have the potential to make a lot of money here. Just give it to us. Just let's get active, And yeah, but that's basically it, Communities are strong. If you find a good community and you find a good friend group, make sure you keep them. Because there's a saying that family is everything, but family is who you make it. It's not necessarily blood relation. Make sure you're checking in on your community and those around you. That's so important. If you were able to stay around towards the end of this, just a little homework for you. Just check in on somebody. You never know how much it actually means. But that'll be me. That's it. That's all I got to say tonight. You guys have a good one. And if you're watching this at like 7:30, 8:30, 9:30, I'm probably streaming. I'm probably live. You'll probably see a little like red icon like somewhere. Yeah, it'll probably say that I'm live. But yeah, you guys have a wonderful night. Thanks for tuning in. As always, like, subscribe. This has been The Kevin Show.